Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game 6 of the 1986 American League Championship Series. Payoff pitch. Do or die for the Yankees. They trail 3-2 after being embarrassed by the Angels in Games 4 and 5. But they're back at the friendly confines of Yankee Stadium and hoping that will turn things around. They've also turned it over to the guy who pitched a really great game for him in Game 3, and that's Ron Guidry. He's coming back on short rest. But they need him because they have to win this game. So he pitched the best for him out of the 4 starters, and so he's going to be getting the start in Game 6. Starter in Game 6 for the Angels is the starter in Game 2 that pitched so well, and that's John Candelaria. So they had 2 good pitching performances for both of these pitchers. So something's got to give. One of these pitchers is going to have to get beat around because the way this series has gone, it's been one team winning in lopsided fashion. So it'd be nice to have a close game, like a 3-2, 4-3 kind of game. Be nice, but it just hasn't happened. And I'm not sure. It's just bad luck, I guess, or just the way the dice are rolling. I don't know. I do have the fast action cards as I did in Game 5, but I'm going to be using the charts on everything except for base runner advancement. The only time I'm going to use the fast action cards is for an advancement on a base hit. Other than that, I'm using the charts. So that's the only reason they're here. If we get a single with run on base or a double with run on base, then I will use the fast action cards. Other than that, I will be using the charts for all defense, steals, things like that. All right, so Ron Guidry back out, pressure pack situation. The closed door meeting with the players only for the Yankees. And I'm sure Steinbrenner has gotten the word down to Lou Piniella that you better win this game or heads will roll. So pressure is on. Fans are packing Yankee Stadium trying to support their Yankees. They're down 3-2 to the Angels. And Gary Pettis will lead things off. There's your starting lineups. You can see them there. And benches and bullpens. So with the lefty on the mound again, the Angels will bring Grich up to the number 2 spot, put Joyner at 3rd, and drop Jackson down to the number 6 position. And of course, one of the Game 5 heroes, George Hendrick, who hit 2 home runs in Game 5, is in the number 5 position as well. So, and again, lefty for the Angels means Gary Renicky is going to DH in place of Mike Easler. Everything else is pretty much the same for the Yankees. So here we go. Game 6 underway. Must win for the Yankees. Guidry. 9 is tough. 97. That's a fly to right. 1 away. So good start for Guidry. 1 down for Bobby Grich. That's an 11. That's defense. So we're going to our charts for the defensive check. And the defensive check with a 52. The defensive check is an error check on the second baseman. So we're checking Willie Randolph for his error chances. And error is a 2. So that's not very good for Randolph. That means 1 through 58 will be an error. Has to be a 59 or higher to not be an error. Is a 44. It will be an error. There's a 5 on the 2d6s. And on an error by the second baseman, a 5 is a 1-base error. So E4 on Willie Randolph, his second error of the series, and Bobby Grich will reach on the error on Willie Randolph. Here comes Wally Joyner, infield looking for the double play. Ron Guidry a little perturbed at Randolph, wondering how he could mess up such a easy play. Guidry, that's an 11. We're back to defense again. 23, this time 23 is the range of the left fielder, and that is Dan Pasqua. Pasqua's range is only a D. So a 1 to 63, it'll be a hit. 64 or higher, he'll make the catch. It is a 40. He's going to drop in for a hit. It will drop in for a hit. Now, runner advancement, I said it would go to the fast action cards, so we'll see what happens on the single. It's going to be runner advances 1 base, so Grich will go to second base on the base hit by Downing, so a single and an error, and all of a sudden, Base it by Joyner, rather. So single and an error, and all of a sudden 2 are on with only 1 out for Brian Downing. And Guidry, a little perturbed that Pasqua couldn't get to that either, so his defense starting to let him down here in the first inning. Yankees need all the defense they can get. Here's Guidry to Downing. 5 is patient, 98. That's a fly to left, 2 down. So Guidry is saying, I don't want to have to depend on my defense. I'm just going to get him out myself. Here's the tough George Hendrick. He had those 2 home runs in Game 5. 6 is tough, 47. Tough 47 is going to be out of range. That is a ground ball to first. Mattingly will take it to the bag himself. And Guidry pitches around the error and the single and keeps the Angels off the board. At the end of half an inning of play, it is California nothing and the Yankees coming to bat. And Ricky Henderson will get a chance to lead off against the lefty John Candelaria. Candelaria had a really nice outing in his Game 2 performance for the Angels. All right, so Candelaria will be facing Ricky Henderson. 5 is tough, 55 against a lefty. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Sensei will make the play. 1 down. Here's Willie Randolph trying to make up for that error. 7 is patient, 0-3. He will draw the walk. So Willie Randolph drawing the 1-out walk. He's aboard. Would he consider stealing? He could. He stole 15 bases, was only caught twice. His steal, though, is only a 3 to get a jump. And Candelaria's hold rating is a 5. So if we look at the jump chart, may not be able to get a jump. Candelaria's hold is a 5. His jump is only a 3, or attempt is only a 3. So he needs a 39 or less to get the jump. 39 or less. Can't get it. 84 he has to hold. So not going to steal. That becomes academic. Here now is Don Mattingly. Mattingly stepping to the plate. 7 is patient, 0-7. And it's another walk. So back-to-back walks by Candelaria. All of a sudden he can't find the strike zone. And there's 2 on with 1 out. Now the Yankees threaten here in the first with Dave Winfield the batter. Candelaria looking for a ground ball double play. 5 is tough, 53. Winfield tough, 53 is a ground ball to third. That's a 5. His double play rating's an 8. His is a 5. It's a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. And as the doctor ordered, we talked about the ground ball double play. He got it. 5-4-3 around the horn. And boy, Steinbrenner, I'm sure not happy with Winfield. He's already thinking about maybe trading him somewhere. So when the season's over. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we go to the top of the second, no score. And it will be Reggie Jackson, the batter, designated hitter, against Guidry. We get a 5, which is patient, 0-1. That's a walk to Reggie Jackson. So Jackson draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Doug DeSensei, third baseman. Yankees see if they can turn the double play as well, kind of return the favor to the Angels. 11 is defense, so we're going back. Well, that's a 35. There's no wild pitch on that. But we're going to the defensive chart with a 35, and that is the range of the right fielder, Winfield. So Winfield, his range is a C, which means a 1 to 52 would be a hit. 53 or higher, he'll make the catch. It's an 80, so he makes the catch. So Winfield tracks it down for out number 1. 1 down for Bob Boone. And Guidry appreciative of that play. 2 is wheelhouse. 12, that's in the wheelhouse. It is gone. Bob Boone, kaboom. Bob Boone, a 2-run shot off of Ron Guidry. And the Angels lead it 2-0 just that quickly. Before you had a chance to congratulate Winfield on a nice catch, Bob Boone cracks a 2-run homer. And the Angels lead it 2-0 as they look to put the Yankees away in 6 games. They don't want it to go to a game 7. They want to end it right here. Here's Dick Schofield. It's a 5, which is patient. 66 against the lefty is a walk. So Schofield will walk. And boy, Guidry is finding that number 5 patient role quite a bit all of a sudden. Schofield's aboard. It'll bring up Gary Pettis. 9 is tough, 77. That's going to be a fly to center. 2 down. Put away by Ricky. So 2 down for Bobby Grich. Schofield still at first. 7 is in play, 91. That is a ground ball to short. And the shortstop, Tollison, will flip the short way to Randolph for the 6-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. But 2 runs for the Angels on the Bob Boone 2-run homer. And we go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Angels. And John Candelaria out to protect that 2-0 lead. Gary Renicky, the designated hitter, stepping in for the Yankees. 8 is tough, 46. Struck him out. So Gary Renicky down on strikes. 1 out. Here's Dan Pasqua. The Astros await the winner of this series. Could very well be the Angels in this game flying to Houston after the game is over. 4 is in play, 0-8. That's going to be a base hit for Pasqua. So Dan Pasqua, a 1-out single. He's aboard. And that brings up Mike Pagliarulo. 4 is in play, 0-4. That's going to be a double for Pagliarulo. Check the base running on a double. Runners advance 2 bases. So Pasqua will stop at third on the double by Pagliarulo. So how about that? 2 lefties off of Candelaria get single and a double. Puts runners at second and third. The tying runs are in scoring position for Joel Skinner, the catcher, who does hit well against lefties. Candelaria, 9 is tough. 0-6, though. That's a strikeout. A big pitch there for Candelaria. Got the big strikeout with 2 outs to keep the runners at bay. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Tollison. 9 is tough. 0-0. That's a rare play. So we're going to the tough, rare play chart with runners on base. So runners on base and a tough result. Runners on base with a tough result on the rare play. And the rare play is a 92. 92. Runners on base, tough, 92. So let me find that chart. Here we go. Runners on base, tough, 92. Forgets to count and calls ball 4. Ball 3. The batter strikes out on the next pitch. Roll 1d6 if the result is 4. The batter argues with the ump about the pitch count and ultimately gets ejected. If the batter is ejected, the first batter for the current pitching team rolls on his tough next section next inning. All right, a lot of stuff there to unravel. So the umpire calls ball 4 to be ball 3. The batter strikes out on the next pitch. So he didn't give Tollison the walk. He struck him out. We're going to roll 1d6. If it's a 4, then Tollison's going to be ejected. It's not. So no ejection there. Since the batter's not ejected, we're not worried about the rest of that stuff. It's just a strikeout. So they strike out Tollison as the umpire, much like in History Maker Baseball, the umpire comes into play on that one. And again, kudos to Payoff Pitch for some more creative rare play charts. Makes the game more interesting. All right, Tollison didn't like it, but Candelaria and the Angels loved it. And we go to the third, still 2-0. And for Candelaria, that's strikeout number 3 in 2 innings. He struck out the side in the second inning, actually. In between that single and double, he got 3 strikeouts. All right, coming up for the Angels in the top of the third, it is Wally Absorbine Joyner. Wally World. He singled his first time up. Guidry, 8 is in play, 97. That's a fly to right, 1 down. Brings up Brian Downing. Guidry, 6 is tough, 25. That's a strikeout. Downing out on strikes, 2 down for George Hendrick. 3 is tough, 34. And Hendrick gets himself a base hit. So a 2-out single for Hendrick. And he continues his good hitting in the series. He gets a 2-out single. That brings up Reggie Jackson. 12 is wheelhouse. 43, though, against the lefty. He cannot hit a home run against the lefty. So against the righty, it would have been a home run. But 43 is going to be out of range. It's going to end up being a ground ball to Mattingly. And the inning is over. That's why they have him dropped to number 6 in the order, because he has a tough time hitting power against lefties. So Guidry escapes. Go to the bottom of the third, still 2-0. Favor the Angels, and it'll be top of the order time for the Yankees. It'll be Ricky Henderson to lead it off against Candelaria. Henderson grounded to third, his first chance. 8 is tough, 26, and that's a strikeout. Candelaria, strikeout number 4. He's got the tough pitch going. And here's Willie Randolph. 10 is in play, 20, and that's a base hit for Willie Randolph. 1-out single for Randolph. And that'll bring up Donnie Baseball. 7 is patient, 0-3. That'll be a walk. So all of a sudden now the Yankees coming back with 2 runners aboard and only 1 out. Single and a walk. They put 2 on with 1 out, and here comes Winfield, who hit into a double play his first time up. Few boos coming from the Yankee Stadium crowd, as he didn't like that. Winfield trying to atone. 10 is in play, 77. That's a fly to center. At least he won't hit into a double play. And that's out number 2. And we'll send up Gary Renicky with a chance to get something done for the Yankees. 10 is in play again, 43. That's out of range. 43 is a ground ball to Joyner. He'll step on the bag, do it himself, and the inning is over. And the Yankees' offensive woes continues here at Yankee Stadium. I thought it was just because they were in Anaheim, but they've hit into the slump here at Yankee Stadium as well. So Ron Guidry back out as they trail it 2-0. He's trying to keep it where it is and give his team a chance to score some runs. Here's DeSensei. 8 is in play, 83. That will be a ground ball to short. Tollison is there, 1 down for Bob Boone. 8 is in play, 99. That's a fly to left, 2 down for Dick Schofield, the shortstop. 4 is tough, 12 struck him out. So nice inning there for Guidry. 1, 2, 3 gets his team back in the dugout to hit, which is what they need to do against Candelaria, not give Candelaria any rest. So Candelaria back out now to face Pasqua. Lefty on lefty, but Pasqua got a base hit his first time up. 5 is tough, 37. Struck him out. Yet another strikeout for Mr. Candelaria. And that is 5 strikeouts. Here's Pags. 11 is ballpark, but it's a 92, so that's going to be in play. Wheelhouse goes to 87, but they rolled a 92, just the way it's been for the Yankees. So in play result, 28 is just going to miss it. That's going to be a pop out to second on a Wheelhouse. That would have been a base hit, but Here it's just a pop to second for out number 2. And Joel Skinner, the batter. Sometimes the dice just are not your friends. 7 is Patient, 42. And it's going to be just out of range. 42 is a pop to third. That's going to end the inning. Nothing doing there for the Yankees. They go quietly here in the 5th. Or in the 4th, rather. So we go to the 5th of a 2-0 game. Top of the order for the Angels, Gary Pettis. Pettis has flown to right and flown to center. 6 is Tough, 69. Tough 69 is just going to miss a hit. 69 is going to be a ground ball to short. Tollison will put it away. Over to Mattingly, 1 away for Bobby Grich. 7 is in play, 89. That's going to be a ground ball to short again. Tollison once again over to Mattingly, 2 down for Wally Joyner. The only run of the game, only runs of the game, responsible for Bob Boone, 2-run homer. 7 is in play, 45. That's going to be out of range. That's a ground ball right back to Guidry. And he will just do a light underhanded toss to Mattingly to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0. We got our pitching duel that I've been waiting for the last couple of games. We finally got it. The question is, can the Yankees break through against Candelaria? Tollison, 9. Tough, 82. That's going to be out of range. That is a fly to center. Put away by Gary Pettis. 1 down. And now we flip the order over to Ricky Henderson, who's 0 for 2. He's had a very, very, very bad series. Kind of disgruntled, and I don't think that George Steinbrenner is very happy with him. 8 is Tough, 41. But this time he gets a base hit. Ricky Henderson gets the base hit. And let's see if he might try to steal a base. Try to make something happen. See if he can get a jump. We go to our jump chart. Ricky Henderson is a 7, and Candelaria is a 5 hold rating. So 5 hold rating to 7 is a 0 to 53 to get a jump. Candelaria is good at holding runners, so only get a jump on a 53 or less. He does, though, so Ricky Henderson will get the jump. And now we go to our steal rating. Ricky Henderson is a B. Bob Boone, the catcher. His defensive prowess for Bob Boone, he is a 1 arm. So we're looking at a B and a 1. A B and a 1 on the steal chart. So we go to our steal chart. Stolen base chart. Here you go. A B and a 1. So a B and a 1 is right here. He needs a 60 or higher to be safe. 13 to 59, he'll get caught. So they need a high number here so that Ricky won't get caught. 33, he's going to get caught. On the B1, anything 13 to 59, he is caught. So Ricky Henderson caught stealing. Big blow there to get him off the bases. Bobby Grich laid the tag on hard. Henderson didn't appreciate it. Kind of arguing with the umpire, but to no avail. 2 down now. Base is clear for Willie Randolph. 8. 8 is Tough. 87. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop, Schofield, to end the inning. So the Yankees' ineptness continues. We go to the 6th. Still 2-0. Favor of the Angels. Guidry back out. We'll be facing Downing. Bullpen action for the Yankees because I know Guidry's pitching on short rest, so 1 day short rest than normal. So they do have Brian Fisher, the righty, in the bullpen, loosening. Guidry, 7 in play, 63. It's going to be a ground ball to second, 1 down. Guidry says, don't worry about me yet. Just made 1 bad pitch to Boone. That's it. Give me a break. Here's Hendrick. 8 is in play, 31, and that's a base hit for George Hendrick. He just keeps hitting. He is a hitting machine, Mr. Hendrick. and doesn't seem to want to let up either. He is a hitting machine. George Hendrick does it again. Base hit. And that'll take us to Mr. Reggie Jackson. 5 is patient. 78 for Jackson against the lefty is a base hit. Runner advancement on a single. 1 base. So Hendrick will stop there. Reggie's aboard. And it could be that Guidry is starting to lose it a bit. Doug DeSensei is in, but they're going to pull Guidry. That's going to be it. They're not going to mess around. You're down. You lose. You're out of the series. They're going to bring in Brian Fisher. Try to get out of the rest of the mess. So Guidry not being happy about being pulled. He's letting Lou Piniella know about it. But Piniella says, I'm the manager, so be quiet. 5 1/3 innings for Guidry. He gives up 2 runs, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Brian Fisher is in, and he'll be facing DeSensei. He's a 9 double play rating. That's one of the reasons why they brought him in, because he can turn the double. He can get the ground ball double plays. He's an 8, so a ground ball very likely could be a double play, assuming he gets a ground ball. 3 is in play. 0-4, though. That's going to be a double for DeSensei. Oh, my goodness. A double for DeSensei. Runner advancement. Runner advances 2 bases on doubles, so Hendrick will score. Jackson will stop at third. That run is charged to Guidry as DeSensei clubs a double. Clubs a double. And the Angels now lead it 3-0. The infield will have to come in for the Yankees. For Bob Boone, who's already had a homer in this game. Infield is in. 8 is tough. 49. Tough 49. Ground ball to third, and that will freeze the runner. Jackson doesn't run well as it is, and with the infield in, he definitely can't go anywhere. So it is a 5-3 ground out for out number 2. And now here's Schofield. Fisher trying to get out of this with just the 1 run allowed. Keep his team in the game. 6 is patient. 50. He will not do it. Schofield gets a base hit. And DeSensei, let's check. There are 2 outs. If he's a 6 or better, he gets the extra base. So let's check his run rating. DeSensei's run rating is a 6. So that's a 2-run single. 2 more runs come in on a big base hit by the number 9 hitter, Dick Schofield. And it's not looking good for the Yankees. 3 runs in the inning. It is now 5-0. And some Yankee fans have already started to head for the exit, as Lou Piniella just throws up his hands and doesn't know what to do, because it doesn't matter who he brings in, they can't just seem to get it done. 3 is in play, but it's an 0-6. That will be a single for Gary Pettis. Schofield will go to third with 2 outs because his run rating is a 8. So Pettis with the base hit. And that'll bring in Bobby Grich. And this will be the last batter for Fisher if he can't get Grich. They will bring in a lefty to face Joyner. Although at this point in the game, it may not matter. It's already 5-0, and they can't touch Candelaria for some reason. 5 is in play. Another one. Look at that. 0-5. It's a double for Grich. Pettis will score because it's 2 outs. He runs so well. He will score. It's a 2-run double. That's a 5 spot for the Angels. They now lead it 7-0. And again, we have a blowout in the series. I can't get a close game to save my life. That's it for Fisher. He couldn't get it done. 2-run double for Grich. 5 runs in the inning. 2 of them are charged to Guidry, and 3 of them are charged to Fisher. And now Rod Scurry, a lefty, will come on. He'll come on to face Joyner with Grich at second and 2 outs. 5 already in. 2 is ballpark. 0-6, that's in the wheelhouse. Joyner against the lefty, a wheelhouse of 1-33. 65 is going to be out of range, though, so that's a fly to left, so we just missed it. Just missed it, but 9 come to the plate for the Angels in this inning. 5 of them score. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it looks like it might be celebration time in the Angels locker room. They do have the champagne on ice, plastic covering it, but that plastic may come off very shortly. Here is Don Mattingly. He will lead it off in the bottom of the 6th, trying to get something accomplished. He has walked twice. 4 is in play. 43 against the lefty. He's just out of range. 43 is a ground ball right back to Candelaria, 1 away. And like I said, the Yankee fans are, many of them have headed for the exits already, knowing that the season is over. 6 is tough. 13, that's a strikeout. Winfield out of there. 2 down. So the 2 New York, we were thinking it might be a New York World Series, and it looks like it's the anti-New York Series, as both New York teams are biting the dust. 8 is tough. 47, struck him out, ends the inning. And a lot of anti-Yankee and Met fans are loving it. Yankee and Met fans are not loving it so much. Now we go to the top of the 7th. With some righties coming up, Scurry will leave, and they will bring on Tim Stoddard in relief. They want a right-hander in there, so Tim Stoddard is in. He'll be facing Downing, Hendrick, and Jackson. 7-0. Angels crushing the Yankees again. 6 is in play. 16. Base hit. Angels again. Getting those base hits. Could be an interesting series. Angels and Astros. Both coming in red hot. Here's Hendrick. 4 is patient. 0-4. And that's going to be a walk. Walk to Hendrick. He reaches again. I mean, he's a hit machine, and now he's a walking machine. So he will be aboard for Reggie Jackson. Chance for Reggie to put the coup de grace on this thing and stick it to Steinbrenner. 9 is tough. 34. Just missed a wild pitch. 34 tough is a strikeout. So they finally get 1 out. Wild pitch would have really been bad at that point. And here's the Sensei with 1 out. Stoddard, 6 in play, 74. That is a fly to center, 2 down. So 2 away for Bob Boone. Six is in play, 14. Base hit. Downing, run rating is a 6 with 2 outs. He will score automatically. Hendrick will not, but we'll see if Hendrick gets the extra base. No, just the 1 base. So Hendrick will stop at second, but a run is in. Is now 8-0 Angels, and they have just beaten the Yankees into submission these last 3 games. And I tell you what, the Astros better be ready for these hot Angels, because they are solidly getting it done. Brings up Schofield. 3 is ballpark. 44, that is in the wheelhouse for Schofield. Schofield's wheelhouse. That's a 40. That's a double for Schofield. Double for Schofield. And in the wheelhouse, you get extra base. So everybody scores. 2 more runs come in. It is now 10-0. Favor the Angels. But I thought we might finally get a pitching duel. It's the worst blowout of the whole series. It is 10-0. And now pretty much everyone except for a few diehards have left Yankee Stadium, as they just are booing as they leave, throwing their beer bottles and everything else on the field. Umpires having to clean all that stuff up, but it looks like the return to Yankee Stadium is not what the Yankees had in mind. 4 is patient, 87, and that's going to be against a righty, a base hit. Schofield will come in to score, and the hit parade continues. That makes it 4 runs. It's now 11-0. So as soon as Guidry left the game, all heck is breaking loose in the Yankee bullpen as they can't get anybody out. Here's Bobby Grich. Stoddard may just want to plunk somebody just to get his frustrations out. We got a rare play on a tough. So we got a tough rare play with people on base. Runners on base, tough. Roll the result. That's a 36. Runners on base, tough, 36. Batter strikes out on great pitch by pitcher, but catcher drops the ball. Runners hold. If the third out or first base is not occupied, roll 1d6. First base is occupied, so don't have to worry about it. If equal, all right. So let's see. If the batter with a run rating of 7 or more advances to second base on an error, otherwise batter safe at first, records a strikeout and an E2. Team gets an extra out. All right, so it's a strikeout, but the catcher drops the ball. If third out, well, it would be the third out. It would be the third out, though. So we're going to roll 1d6 if equal to or less the catcher's E rating. Catcher makes throw to first to secure the strikeout. All right. So let's check at the catcher's E rating. That is Joel Skinner. His E rating is a 2. So this has to be a 1 or a 2 in order to make a good throw. He does not. So the throw is not made. So since it's not made, if the D6 result is higher than the catcher's E rating, catcher throws wildly, allowing batter to reach base and all runners advance 2 bases. Batter with a run rating of 7 or more advances to second base on the error, otherwise batter is safe at first. Grich does not run at a 7. He is safe at first. Pettis will go to third on the 2-base error on that strikeout. So Grich will reach on the strikeout because you have to secure that third out for that third strike to make it done. So it's going to go as a strikeout plus an E2 that puts him on first base and puts Pettis on third. Still 2 outs for Wally Joyner, and that's going to be it for Stoddard. He will leave, and Bob Shirley will come on. Bob Shirley, a lefty, coming on to face the left-handed Wally Joyner. Not that it matters, but the Yankees are trying whatever they can at this point. So Shirley is going to be coming on with 2 outs. And these rare plays on payoff pitch are kind of interesting, but they're a little confusing sometimes when I see them for the first time. I have to really read through them and figure them out. Shirley, 6 is patient, 26. That's a walk to Joyner. That's going to load the bases. So yet another walk, and the Angels have the bases loaded for Brian Downing. And they have batted around as Downing, who led off the inning with a single, will come up again. 4 runs are in, but we could be looking for more, so I'll take that 4 off of there because that might be going up higher. Shirley to Downing. 6 is patient, 21, and it will get higher. That's a walk. He's going to walk in a run. So they force in a run. 5 runs in the inning. It's now 12-0, an even dozen, as Downing gets an RBI from a bases-loaded walk. And Shirley not the answer. Thought he was the answer, but he's not the answer. Back-to-back walks. And that brings up George Hendrick. That's a 6, which is patient. 51, just out of his range for a hit. 51 will be a liner to short to end the inning, mercifully. They send 11 to the plate 5 of them score. 3 are out and 3 are left on base. 12-0, Dirty Dozen for the Angels. And John Candelaria just cruising through 6 innings with a shutout. Might as well leave him in there. I thought about taking him out, but I think they're going to leave him in there. Let him at least go through 7, possibly. It is a 7th inning stretch, but if anybody, I don't know if anybody's still watching or not with the score this high, so it may not be worth doing a 7th inning stretch, but I'll do it anyway. Here we go to the 7th inning stretch. All right, 7th inning stretch is complete. And now the Yankees are going to their bench. Dan Pasqua being called back. And Henry Cotto will come in and pinch hit, take over in left field. So Henry Cotto will be the new left fielder for Pasqua. Henry Cotto. Pinch hitting against Candelaria. 2 is in play. 98 though. That's a fly to left. 1 down. Brings up Pagliarulo. 7 is patient. 91 though is going to be out of range. That's a ground ball to second. Gritch is there. 2 down for Joel Skinner. 2 is in play. 64, though, is going to be a fly to right to end the inning. So very easy 7th inning for Candelaria as he takes care of business. 12-0 after 7. Shirley back out. They do have Drabek in the pen. He may be coming in shortly. Right now, they're going to let Shirley pitch to Reggie Jackson, lefty on lefty. Not that it matters in a 12-0 game. 8 is tough, 54, and that is a strikeout. So he strikes out Reggie. 1 away. And now they'll make the move to the bullpen and bring in Doug Drabek. They're going to use everybody out of the bullpen. Drabek's going to pitch the 8th, and Righetti's going to pitch the 9th. Might as well. It's the last game of the season. No use resting them anymore. They had a day off for travel, so everybody's rested. So Drabek is in to face DeSensei. And actually, DeSensei is going to be called back by the Angels. With the big lead they have, they're going to their bench for Jack Howell. And Howell will stay in the game to play third base. So Howell will hit for DeSensei. Here in the 8th inning against Drabek. 5 is in play, 69, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Tollison is there, 2 down for Bob Boone. Booney. 8 is tough, 22 against a right-hander. That's a base hit for Bob Boone. He does it again. Bob Boone not only doing it defensively for the Angels, but in this particular game, he's doing it with his bat. He is now 3 for 5. The home run and 2 singles. His two-run homer in the top of the 2nd got the Angels started, and they haven't looked back since. Schofield is going to get called back, and they will bring in Rick Burleson to pinch hit. Give him some work. Get him a chance to bat. So Rick Burleson will take over. So we have Howell taking over for DeSensei. And we have, I actually had these lined up backwards. I put them backwards. Should have been Boone in place of Schofield. That's the way I was playing it. I don't know why I wrote them that way, but whatever. So for Schofield, not Schofield, for Schofield, it is Burleson. Not sure why I had them backwards like that. I always bat Schofield 9th and Boone 8th. I'm not sure why I wrote them on the lineup board that way, but whatever. It's irrelevant at this point, I think. Rick Burleson, pinch hitting. 7 is tough 20, and he struck him out. So Rick Burleson down on strikes to end the inning. That's going to be it for Mr. Drabeck. They will let Righetti pitch the 9th just for the heck of it. Nothing doing there for the Angels in the 8th. Still a 12-0 ball game, and the Angels will let Candelaria have the rest of the game off. Well-deserved rest of the game off. And they will bring on right-handed pitching Doug Corbett to pitch the 8th inning. Doug Corbett is on. He will come in and pitch 7 shutout innings for John Candelaria. Can't ask for anything more than that. Tollison will be the leadoff man for the Yankees. He's 0 for 2. Let's see, do they want to pinch hit for Tollison? I think they will. Might as well. They're going to bring in Bobby Meacham, and Meacham will stay in the game to play short. So Tollison being called back, and Bobby Meacham will be on to pinch hit against Corbett. Switch hitter, Bobby Meacham. 4 is ballpark. 65, that is going to be in the wheelhouse. So Meacham gets a wheelhouse chance, but he has no home run power. Could get hit though, but he doesn't. 64 is a fly to left, so Corbett put it in the wheelhouse, but Meacham missed it. Simply a fly to left at the track that hauled in out there by Downing. Warning track power, they call it. And Meacham is out of there. That'll bring up Ricky Henderson. In fact, they're calling Henderson back. They're really disappointed in Henderson. He got caught stealing. He's kind of checked out since then. So Claudell Washington will take over as a pinch hitter, and he'll stay in the game to play center field as well. So Claudell pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 8th against Corbett. 5 is tough. 38 struck him out. So Claudell strikes out. That brings up Randolph. Randolph the batter. 6 is tough, 89, and that's going to be a grounder to short. Burleson, rather, is there. Inning's over. So the Yankees still offensive woes continue. We go to the 9th. Still 12-0. And Dave Righetti will be on to pitch the final inning of his 1986 season. He'll be on. They've used the whole bullpen now. He will be on, and coming up for the Angels, it'll be the top of the order, Gary Pettis, but he's going to be called back, and they will have Devon White pick up a bat and hit. So Devon White will get the chance to hit. Pettis went 2 for 5, but they're going to let Devon White have a shot here in the 9th. Devon White, and he will take over for Pettis in center field against Righetti. 7 is patient. 59 just missed a chance for a hit. 59 is a ground ball to third, 1 down. 1 away, and now Bobby Grich being called back, and Rob Wilfong will pinch hit. Even though it's lefty on lefty, they don't care. When it's 12-0, you can do what you want. So Rob Wilfong will pinch hit for the Angels. Robbie Wilfong. 6 is tough, 57. And struck him out, 2 down. So Wilfong is out on strikes for 2 away. And let's see what they want to do. I don't think they have anybody to play first base. So I think Joyner's going to have to hit because the only guy that could play second, that could play first. Actually, Hendrick can play first base. So we're going to pinch hit for Wally Joyner as well. Might as well give him the rest of the game off and give somebody else a chance. So they're going to bring in Rupert Jones to pinch hit. Rupert Jones will pinch hit, and Hendrick will move to first base because he can play first base. And then Rupert Jones will take over in right field as things get very messy. So with 2 outs, it is Rupert Jones against Rigetti. 9 is tough, 90. Tough 90 against the lefty is going to be a ground ball to Randolph to end the inning. So Rigetti goes 1-2-3. At least has a decent end to his season as far as his performance goes. We go to the bottom of the 9th. I don't think there's going to be any 9th inning magic on a 12-0 game. Corbett, when his 1 inning, he will be pulled back. And now they will go to a left-hander out of the bullpen, Chuck Finley. So Chuck Finley will get the chance to try to finish out this game for the Angels and keep the shutout intact. He'll be facing Mattingly, Winfield, and Renicky due up for the Yankees. Seven is tough, 31. Tough 31 is a base hit for Mattingly. So how about that? Donnie Baseball doesn't want to go down quietly. He gets himself a leadoff single. And here comes Winfield. See what kind of pride the Yankees have. 9 is in play. 42 is going to be out of range. 42 is a liner to second. 1 away as Wilfong snags it. 1 down for Gary Renicky, the DH. Renicky is 0 for 3. They're going to call him back. He didn't really do anything for him. So they're going to, even though it's lefty on lefty, they're bringing in Mike Easler, the hitman. He will take over as the DH. Give him a final at bat as a Yankee, as he will move on to Philadelphia at the end of the season. So this is his final time as a Yankee. Finley, 7 is tough. 29 struck him out. So his final time as a Yankee didn't go too well. 2 down, and it's up to Henry Cotto. Last chance for the Yankees is Henry Cotto. 4 is Patient 48. Patient 48 is going to be an out. It's a liner right to Burleson, and the ball game is over, and the series is over. The Angels whitewashed the Yankees 12-0, and just embarrassed the Yankees in the final 3 games. The Yankees led this series 2-1, but the Angels have come back to rout them 3 games in a row. So the World Series is now set. It'll be the Angels traveling to Houston for Game 1 of the series. Game 1 of the series, Mike Scott will be going for the Astros, I do believe, or it might be Nolan Ryan. They might have Nolan Ryan go. I think it's actually going to be Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan's going to go for the Astros, right-hander, and going for the Angels in Game 1 will be former Astro Don Sutton. So Don Sutton will be in to play, and the DH will not be involved, so the Angels will have to use a generic pitcher hitting card. Don Sutton used to be a decent hitter for the, in his time with the Dodgers, but it's been a while since then, so they're going to use generic pitcher hitting cards. I'm going to pause the video and come back with the totals and wrap up this series and get ready for the World Series. Just a second. All right, we're back to wrap things up here from Yankee Stadium. an empty Yankee Stadium, as Yankee fans have long since left. Angels win the series 4-2. Final in Game 6, 12-0. For the Angels, 12 runs, 14 hits, no errors, and 10 left. For the Yankees, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left. John Candelaria, the player of the game, is the winner. He goes 7 innings, gives up 4 hits, no runs, walks 2, strikes out 7. He is 2-0 in the playoffs, and he is the MVP of the ALCS. That belongs to John Candelaria for his 2-0 performance and dominating performances in Yankee Stadium. Losing pitcher is Ron Guidry. He drops to 1-1 in these playoffs. So there you have it. It'll be the Angels visiting Houston in the Astrodome for games 1 and 2. Game 1 starters, Nolan Ryan for the Astros, and for the Angels, it'll be Don Sutton. Game 2 matchup will be Mike Scott for the Houston Astros and Kirk McCaskill for the Angels. Game 3, it'll be Bob Nepper in Anaheim to take on the Angels and their top guy, Mike Witt. So those are the first 3 starters and 3 games and matchups. I'm thinking that the Astros may go to a 4-man rotation, and he might pull in Jim DeShays. He did not pitch. They had a 3-game rotation in the NLCS, but in the World Series, they might switch to a 4-game. We'll have to wait and see. He is on the roster, so if I'm going to put DeShays on the roster, it means I got to pull one of their relievers or one of their bench players off the roster to keep the 25-man roster in check. I'll figure all that out, and I'll also have to figure out who the 25-man roster is for the Angels as well. Maybe some slight tweaks to the benches and whatnot, but we'll wait and see how that plays out. I've got time to think about it and figure out what I want to do. There's no as played, so pretty much it's whatever I want to do at this point. The only thing I do want to do is keep the integrity of the 1986 postseason, which was in the World Series that pitchers had to hit. So that's the only thing I want to really keep on. And what I'll do is I will probably go to the 1969 set that I have an inside pitch and use a pitcher hitting card for the Angels, for their team card for the Angels, and just use that card as the pitcher hitting card. Good enough as anything else. Don't think it's going to be that critical. Because I know RJ Ellis came up with his own device to do that, but just to keep it simple, I'm just going to do that and let it go at that. So that's it from Payoff Pitch for this 1986 season. The World Series will be turned over to Inside Pitch for all games, and see if the Angels can do as well in Inside Pitch as they did in Payoff Pitch, because I'll tell you, in Payoff Pitch, they just rolled the Yankees to no end. In fact, the last 3 games of the season, if we do the totals in the last 3 games, let's see, the Angels had 8 in Game 5, and they put up 10 in Game 4. So 10, 8 is 18, and 12 is 30. Yankees put up 3, 0, and 0. They got shut out the last 2 games of the playoffs. So they've been outscored 30-3 in the last 3 games of the season of the playoffs. And going back to Game 4, the last 7 innings they were shut out as well. So that is 25 consecutive innings that the Yankees were shut out by California pitching. The last run by the Yankees that they obtained was in the top of the second, a 2-run homer by Pasqua, and then an RBI double by Tollison. That was it. They scored 3 in the second, and that was it. They've gone 25 innings without a run since then. And so the Angel pitching staff as a whole just laid it on the Yankees to hold them 25 consecutive scoreless innings. Pure dominance by the Angels. So it should be an interesting series. The Astros pretty much dominated the Mets. The Angels pretty much dominated the Yankees. So away we go to the World Series on Inside Pitch Game 1 from Houston. And again, it will be Nolan Ryan for the Astros taking on Don Sutton of the Angels. Until that time, or until next time, until the next game, whatever it is I happen to put on the channel, I'm not sure if it'll be this game or something else. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, how you choose to play it. I will see you all down the road.